Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today, we're going to go over my sketchbook, and at the end of this video, I'm going to draw something new. So, this is just my first couple sketches. This was back in 2023. I think I did it from like January till June, I believe. So, these were the first drawings that I did. These are of the Monkey King. Look up the lore, it's really good. Then I was drawing body figures, just figuring out what is going on, different faces. This was like a little comic that I redid. Um, and then that one was for a project. It's a Bratz doll, but it's also Insidious. Different body figures. It's basically what I'm practicing for a while, I think. Then after that, I start drawing hand figures. And yeah, it's just interesting. There's a lot of divots in this book where it's like some days it was hidden and then other days it was not. But I guess this is a good time to talk about creativity and what creativity actually means to me personally. Let's see. When I hear that question, what does creativity mean to me? I think it's a part of me. It's definitely a part of my being. It's definitely something that keeps me alive, something that pulls me to want to be here on this earth. I think that for creatives and people who identify as artists, which everyone is an artist if they choose to be, I really think that the biggest thing is to push yourself in a lot of different areas, but also to make an impact where you can. I think that because you have such otherworldly ideas, as others would like to call it, I think it's important that you put your best foot forward and show people your creativity. Sorry, my allergies are crazy today. But that's the thing is I think that a lot of us get caught up in the like grind culture kind of this weird energy of feeling like you have to do something that can be monetized or means something. But art in itself is just creating. It's not really anything that's beyond that nature. I heard this podcast recently from the lady who wrote, what is that book called? Eat, Pray, Love. And she talked about how we're the making ape. We make things that are more beautiful than they need to be, oftentimes. And we just like to make things. We've created useless things over and over again throughout American, pardon, throughout human history and human evolution. Um, and it's just interesting. Real quick, the pictures that I'm doing right now that I'm showing are actually a trip that I took mentally, if you catch my drift, and just like the different stages. But after that, everything in black was when I was once again coherent and sober. So that's what's crazy is that after that psychological journey, I was drawing super hard, like very, very well. All my ideas seemed to come out very easily. If you study mycology, look it up, catch my drift. Oh, also, that's my friend Christina. I drew her from memory because we see each other every day on Snapchat, even though she lives in Texas. Anyway, ADHD coming in clutch. My best page is right here. This is actually the cover of the video, and this is when I would say that it was like my first peak when I was like, holy crap, like I can draw. And so, really impressing to myself, I was like, wow, that's cool. Um, but other than that, I just kept sketching and sketching. And I think that the main point with art and replication, but as well as just repeating the process, is you only get better, and that's the goal. But what is the goal to drawing, right? What are we trying to manifest? What are we trying to put into the world? And I think that's the biggest question I have for myself. What am I trying to create with my content? What am I trying to bring to the world that actually makes sense? That's Beerus. Something funny about the way I draw, because this is the smallest sketch pad that I've ever had. is that I draw ginormous for no reason. But as you can tell, like the faces, I always start from the eye, and for some reason they're giant. Um, but yeah, that's my first sketchbook. We're gonna move on to the second one. But continuing on with what I was saying, what am I trying to put into the world? I just want to express myself, and I think that's where all humans can resonate and really find a home in, is the fact that our creativity is something that is not just spur of the moment, but also just really good to have. Um, it feeds us in a way that I think can be very hard for people to mark on like a physical wavelength, but on a mental, emotional, spiritual wavelength, I think a lot of art pushes us to be better people in a way. You have to build a lot of tools during your art creation to kind of make headway or movement in what you're trying to do. So that's definitely where I stand on it. I always try to create things with a purpose because, you know, it's a language. It's how we talk to people. It's how we want to be seen. It's how we want to be heard. And I think that's a really important thing for people to think about when they're doing art, because oftentimes it can feel pointless. And I think that can be one of the worst feelings, is those feelings sourced out of boredom, or feeling like your existence is pointless, or that your art is pointless, because I don't believe that expression is pointless. So this was my quick sketch. Some things that I would have done differently out of the quick sketch is I would have, I guess, like, taken more time. That's about it, though. And when it comes to quick sketches, what I'm trying to do is make sure that I have the shapes down that I need to continue doing the art. I say overall, you can tell the shapes, you know what is what. At some places it's a little blurrier than the rest, but I do think that it is fun. I drew this off of a reference and I think it's really cute. So this is my art process. This is how I do it. This is me getting back into drawing. Hello, I'm back. It's the next day. I'm going to go ahead and try to sketch this little piece again. So let's get everything ready. All right, let's start. Are my two sketches that I did of the same sketch. This was the night before, super quick sketch. This was the next day. I definitely like this one more. It's a little more polished. Again, things could have gone. It's still a sketch, so, you know, always room for improvement, right? Like around the eyes, a little more. Her body is definitely a lot more proportional, which is good. I like the fit a lot more because I can see it better. Yeah, overall it's more true to the character. Yeah, I like it. But this is kind of my art process and how I do things, how I have started to just redraw what I've already drawn because I want to see the level that I can take it to. Because granted, I think if I drew this again, it would look even better. So yeah, that's my art process right now. I didn't always do this. For a lot of my drawings, it was definitely just like, oh, it didn't work out, okay, on to the next, right? Oh, it didn't work out, okay, on to the next. And I think this is my best drawing from this book, is these two. And these two I did not do on video or for any reason. There was a weird amount of pressure that I was putting on myself because I am recording this. It was a little uncomfy, but it is something I'm getting used to, and I think it is fun. It is enjoyable. I think I would have done a little more on her sleeves, so probably brought the sleeves down to the same level. So kind of like down here instead of up there. On the reference, which I'll show you guys the reference. That's the reference. It doesn't, you know, it looks similar, but definitely not the same. And of course, that's not the goal. It's always going to come out a little different. But overall, I think I got the character model pretty damn good. I forgot a little star here. But yeah, I think overall it was a good time. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope it made you think, and maybe this is something that you want to do. Her eye's really bothering me. I'm gonna fix that. Artist things. Sorry. It was really bothering me. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that it gives some insight on how to maybe start your art or start your drawing, you know, fascination. Biggest thing is keep trying. Trying. I would say that one of my cutest ones that I have, because I draw a lot of Cookie Run characters. These were the first couple sketches I did. That's Cannoli Cookie, that's S'more Cookie. This was the renditions of Sugar Glass. So this is Sugar Glass Cookie, which is like super cute. I love the colors I used. And that was crazy because I did all of that in pen. So, you know, there's some days where you're just killing it, right? This is Baguette Cookie, this is Pretzel Cookie. Right? Like there's just some days where you get it right, and then there's other days where I don't know. In these references, of course, you could say that I got it right because you can tell what it is, and that's the main goal. But on days like this, or days like this where it's like not my favorite, you know, could have done better. Lots of concepts, lots of things to think about. So just keep that in mind when you're drawing, when you're doing your art. If you want a concept to come out a very certain way, keep drawing it. And remember, when it comes to your sketchbook, it's your sketchbook. Like, it is the place where you are supposed to fuck up. So even if you're posting it, like, I would not call this what I would want to be the final product. That is not the final product either. But I'm going to keep it, and I'm going to keep it in this book, and it is going to be used as a reference in the future. So just remember that everything that is not used in your, you know, final product art is still a part of the final product. Just remember that. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. See you next time. Bye.